in week 1 with a couple of touchdowns in the first quarter, and they're going to run it for the first play. Akram Wadley swung down.
Get washed out.
Very aggressive on that first play, and they'll run on the second play. Nothing there again. Wadley bottled up.
Iowa's offensive line is one of the best offensive lines in all the land, not just in the Big Ten Conference. But you definitely get the bragging rights for the entire season and the entire year, and you want that.
Stanley short set, and he hits Amir Smith-Marcel. Second and short here.
I like the rhythm right now that this offense is getting into.
Wadley on the run, and he feels his way to the first down.
Out in this game.
Wadley
place between player and head coach.
James Butler in at tailback. Wadley makes the catch away from his running back spot, and his father would be for the position. Stanley, first-year starter on the roll, throws across his body, and Butler stays in. Smith-Marcel on the reverse, and he steps inside beautifully.
I wanted to go back to him because what Brian Ferentz is looking for as a play caller at Iowa is a speed element. He has Matt Vandenberg as the control guy, but he needs to find some speed guys, and you can see the shake and bake ability by number 6.
Butler to the outside, and he gets strung out after a short gain last year against the Wolverines in that victory. Over 100 yards, and Wadley is in the backfield on first down. Stanley flushed out. Sophomore quarterback Stanley rolls out of bounds. Said he had a lot to improve on. So Wadley, the senior tailback now, and he gets the carry on second down. Not much there, and the ball's on the deck. So Wadley lost
in this case.
Vandenberg hurt his foot in practice last September. They really missed him as Butler, the Nevada transfer, plunges upfield.
Vision.
James Butler, who visited Iowa before going to Nevada, but had a relationship with one of Iowa's former guys who hung up 14 points basically every quarter last year against Iowa State. Stanley, the check down to his fullback, Drake.
In this first half.
Wadley on 2nd and 7. Boy, he finds the hole pretty. Smith-Marcel in motion. Wadley on the run, and he slithers through.
And so fitting for 2 running backs, a completely different animal.
He said he feels like he's living in a different world. Stanley going deep down the sideline, incomplete.
The end zone as we speak.
Just the 3rd incompletion for Stanley, but a major one that time as they turn back to the ground. Akram Wadley across the 40. Wadley shimmying into Iowa State.
Get back on schedule.
Half the yards on the day for Wadley. Butler back in. James Butler is across the 35-yard. Wrestling is big in Iowa, but you don't want it today.
Not in this game.
Stanley on play action. Turned his back, now checks it down. Butler across midfield, shakes a tackle. The running backs for Iowa owning this drive.
Paramount here today against Iowa State.
Wisconsin kid quarterbacking Iowa, Nate Stanley, has Wadley in the backfield, and 3rd down coming up. Julie, Easley and Vandenberg, the receivers, 2 tight ends. Stanley to throw to Vandenberg, the senior. He leaps and he makes.
It's going to have to be ultra sharp throwing the football in the second half.
Akram Wadley gets the first touch of the second half, and Iowa State helping them take the lead. 3 wide on 2nd down for Nate Stanley. Pump and go. Stanley down the sideline. He overthrew another they could use on the baseball diamond back when they played 100 years ago. Iowa, as expected, goes to the ground with Butler through the car wash.
We'll see if they can maintain that here on this second drive.
They've not taken a shot on 2nd and short so far today, and they won't here. They'll go to the ground and have the first down.
Iowa was getting leverage in the run game.
Nate Stanley to throw, and a High percentage pass he hits easily, who scored earlier. Butler around the right side for a first down. How much would you have? He was replaced by Jackson. Stanley play action. And he dumps it down to the fullback. Kulik, wide open space. Green grass.
Been doing here. They'll go single back plenty, but they like two backs as well. And Kulik is that battering ram. He steps up inside, blocks the guy, rolls out, and he had Marcel running the over route that wasn't there.
Back to the ground for Iowa, and nothing doing.
I play for this group. That is something that you don't see this day and age nearly enough, or at least we don't hear about it.
In the era of transfers, it certainly is rare. Intended target.
Something happened here.
Fifth time, 3rd and 10 or more for Iowa today. Stanley, the sophomore. Pocket holds up. Down the middle, wide open. First down across. Iowa scored with 52 seconds to go in the first half, trying to expand on the lead. Wadley changing direction.
Go high safety again here.
Play action for Stanley. Rush coming. Stanley gets it off inside the 10-yard line. And
a lot of how this is going to sort out.
First down for Stanley. Akram Wadley ran into his own man. Sets up a second down and a long 12. They will run with Wadley again to the short side of the Hawkeyes. Stanley, screen pass. No, sir!
It was a screen, a slip screen to the outside. Read well by the guy that needed to read it, which was 42, Marcel Spears, and he meets Wadley and just completely.
3rd down for the game for the Hawkeyes. 3 of them in the first half. Stanley, the sophomore. And that's incomplete. Iowa trailing by 10. Nate Stanley, sophomore quarterback, goes on the check down for Easley, and Easley to the outside.
Now we'll see if Iowa can do something with that backed up starting field position.
Akram Wadley on the run, and he's hit by Spears, who's in him.
Good question. The running game isn't working that great right now.
Wadley, door closes. Just short as we've seen it. Scott Chandler, Tony Moeaki, the tight ends doing damage for the Hawkeyes. This is Wadley on the run. He's got a hat on a hat, and he shimmies by the defensive back. Iowa. Under 9.5 to go, down a couple of scores. Wadley reversing field, does so beautifully. Easily got a
double tight ends, ace formation, which just means Wadley's the only back, and then Wadley goes out the back door. If you overcommit to play side against us in a way that you are, in a balanced way offensively, we saw it on that last play.
Wadley over 100. This time they throw over the middle to the team. 9th player to catch a pass for the Hawkeyes today. Wadley does have the first down. It's Wadley, the tailback. Second down, and this is Akram Wadley, just tripped up. Knocked down. Render popping out from his left guard spot as Stanley lofts it up. End zone, diving try. Smith-Marset, the game. Wadley, the tailback, 1st and goal. Akram Wadley is swung down. Stanley has Vandenberg down low. He looks the other way. Stanley whips it out of the end zone, and it's 3rd. Threw up Hawkeye fans to the controls. Stanley to throw with a dart into coverage, incomplete. Down. Wadley will run and slam on the brakes. Ray Lee under 4 to play. Stanley to throw. Stanley flares it over the middle, incomplete. Did it. Stanley in his first year as the starting quarterback for the Hawkeyes. To throw on first down. Stanley lobs it up, going for it all, incomplete. He wanted Van. 2nd down, 10. Wadley on the run. And he sets up third down. Ball came out. Nevada transfer as the tailback. Butler on the run. Butler cutting up field and spinning down to the 5-yard line.